All right, Ralph, I'm going to start you off with a hard hitter, just a really tough one to get this whole preview started. How important is it for the 49ers to get Christian McCaffrey rolling? Obviously, 49ers run game against what we've built all postseason as a pretty leaky Chiefs run defense. How do they get that going on Sunday night?
Well, I mean, I think it's everything. It's the key to the game for them, and not just because the Chiefs' run defense is a vulnerable-ish component of the Spagnolo defense over there, but also it's what the 49ers do. They are a run-based attack. If they don't get Christian McCaffrey going, it affects their play action game. It affects Brock Purdy, who'll be sitting there and having a blitz tee off on him. It takes one weapon of his, maybe his best weapon, out of the game. Just it changes everything about who they are on offense. They are not the typical modern passing team that wants to do everything with stretching the field and getting the ball into the hands of the receivers and see what they can do. They're a little, not completely old school, but they're a little old school in the fact that McCaffrey is the key to everything. So, he doesn't have to have 150 yards, but he has to be running the ball consistently that the Chiefs are really thinking, man, we better get somebody in there to stop him. And if they're focused on him, it will open up everything else.
There's a really interesting wrinkle that makes this whole thing even better, and that's the divisional round matchup that the Chiefs played against the Buffalo Bills, where they kind of surrendered the run. They were like, hey, look, you guys can do whatever you want on the ground. We are not going to let the explosive passing game beat us. And the Bills ran for 182, but they didn't have a completion of more than 20 yards on the entire afternoon. So I'm curious, could we see something similar play out here from Spagnuolo, where I would say the secondary is one of the strengths of this Chiefs team between, you got L'Jarius Sneed, you got Trent McDuffie, you got Justin Reed. Do you think maybe you try to, just clog these throwing lanes and back things up and say, if Christian McCaffrey is the only guy that has a big day, maybe we can survive that?
It's possible. I think the problem with that is Christian McCaffrey is a better running back than anybody the Buffalo Bills had. And I know they had Josh Allen who could
Valid
run too,
point.
but yeah, Josh Allen's a different type of runner. It's just a different style. So if they concede Christian McCaffrey, Kyle Shanahan might hand them the ball 35 times and let him put up 200 yards. So that's a little bit difficult. I think the other thing is they have more dangerous weapons in the passing game than the Bills do. You can make an argument maybe that they don't have a Stephon Diggs caliber, top of the league type of receiver when Diggs is playing at his best. But Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk are pretty close. They can do a lot of things, either from outside or from the slot or just getting a pass out of the backfield. A dangerous tight end in George Kittle. McCaffrey is a tremendous receiver out of the backfield. So you can't just clog all of those passing lanes. And Brock Purdy's pretty disciplined, and Kyle Shanahan's pretty creative in finding ways to get his receivers open. So I don't know if there's the one trick solution that they might have had against the Buffalo Bills. This is just a more diverse, more dangerous offense that they have to deal with.